Greetings, y'all. It is Matt from the Green Arcade. Good morning. Gotta move my microphone a little. How's everybody doing? Y'all food? Y'all food? Did y'all food? No. Did y'all shoot the rest of your fireworks? See, I combined fireworks and shoot in the same word. Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work too well that way, anyway. Y'all shoot all your fireworks? Finish all your barbecues and hot dogs and burgers and steaks and whatnot? I still have hot dogs left. That's probably what I'll be having today. So, we're back. We're playing some more Farming Simulator 25. And we're in March now. Went through the winter. Did a few contracts. Sold the rest of the soybean straw. Sold a lot of silage. I've got some contracts active right now. We're going to go do some fertilizing a little bit and go from there. Probably going to buy a field or two. Good morning, Fuzzy. No old man yet this morning. I haven't seen him. Good morning, Twitchy. Good morning, Big Dog. Good morning, everybody. Here comes one of our contract workers. Sneaking up behind me. She's a hoeing the field. Rotary hoeing the field. Let me be specific about that. She's rotary hoeing the field. The big field. One we might be interested in at some point in the future. Alright. So, I've got another guy down south working there. We want to run this way. So this field is in cotton right now. It's funny that we're here looking at this field in cotton because we bought a cotton picker. This thing was on sale. It was like 47% off. So it was only like $400-something thousand. This is a $850,000 machine. So we got a steal on it. Got a pretty good deal. Also bought the MacDon mower. It was on sale. We've got the toolbar for the Vaderstad seeder. Now we just need the tank. And I don't think it's on sale right now. I know there's a few things on sale right now, but not really interested in any of those. So that's a good thing. We don't want to spend any more money. Not any more than we have to. So, yeah, good morning, Yeti. How's it going? So, with that being said, actually I want to change my thing about there, that thing. Yep. Edit farm. I'm so tired of it saving me as the chicken. I wish it would stay on. If anybody knows how to make this stay on that would be great. I'm tired of coming back in and everything being orange and me being a chicken, or my farm being a chicken. We are not. That's not our mascot. Chicken is not the mascot. So we've still got the soy milk production going on. That lasts forever. All you gotta do is fill that thing up, and it should last over a year. And then we've got everything silage-wise shut down because we're out of all the products. But we did end up selling a lot of silage. What is that? Is that under harvest income? Let's see. We sold it back. We sold a lot back in November and December. Yeah, 917,000 back in November, 712,000 in December. And I'm guessing January is when we ran out. And I think we sold. We can't go back to October, can we? I don't think we can. No, it only goes to November. We sold a lot in October too. And then we did a few contracts back in November, and we actually had some in December. And then I'm doing these right now. But we're gonna try to get into April and see what they plant out there as far as, you know, corn and soybeans and stuff. Have been looking at, get back up here where that tractor's at. Nope. All right. So we're looking at this field since we do have the cotton picker. I think there's 2 fields in cotton actually right now. Have to go back and look. Yeah, there's only 2 fields planted in cotton. Got that one. That one is... was that 523,000? How much is the big one? Doing a contract on it right now. Ooh, yeah, 1.3 million. So that's quite a bit. That's as much as the barley field we want to buy over here. That one's 1.3 million as well. So yeah, it's gonna be a struggle to get both, but I'm gonna hold off and wait and see what they put in beans and stuff before we buy anything. These, I know the barley field's ready to go. Yeah, it's fully fertilized. This one is not. We've got the hoeing contract there and a hoeing contract there. We're finishing that hoeing contract now, but it is not fully fertilized, so maybe we'll get a FERT contract on it. I think we got to do one at a time. So I've taken out quite a few contracts here. We've got half of these done now. So basically, I've got one down south. He's doing that field, and then I'm going to move him up to that field. And then I've got the one in the big field here, and then I'll move it over to this field. They're right. But it's kind of lucky that both of these contracts are kind of like side by side. So, and there are some more, but they're really not big ticket contracts. There is a weeding one that's pretty decent, 22, 23. But they're way down there. That one's not too far away. I think I'm going to hold off on these right now, though. We have paid a big bulk of our loan back. We've only got $200,000 in loan out right now. So I had that paid down to 0, but then the cotton picker was on sale. So I was like, we're gonna buy one probably anyway. So we gotta get it. All right, so this is the cotton field. What has been the best payday on a contract so far? Well, before we bought the big field down here, 61, before we bought that, we had a contract, I want to say it was like 130,000 on it. It's been a minute because we've had that field now for 2 years. 2 in-game years. I think the next best one was either this field over here. We've had some good plowing and cultivating contracts. We had a $81,000, $81,500 contract cultivating on this field up here. But yeah, I think that one was probably the best one. I think we got 130,000 on that one. I'm trying to remember what it was for. It was before we owned it. And there's the autosave. It does that while I'm in the menu. So yeah. But they do add up. And you know, you've got several big fields around the map, and it depends on what your equipment is and, you know, how you go about it, but you can make some decent money on contracts. So this is the barley field. Yep, this is the barley field right here in front of us. This one is ready to go. I am really tempted to go ahead and buy this one because I know we want that one. We've got another barley field down here. I think it's ready to go. It is ready to go. So, looking at those two. This one's not as expensive, but still up there. So trying to get these contracts done, pay a little back on that loan, and then probably pick these fields up. All right, I'm gonna open my chocolate shake thing. I don't know what to call it. It's like a chocolate shake drink. Good stuff. I've got my Dr. Pepper over here on standby again. Trying to remember if we bought anything else besides what's down there at the shop. I know if you didn't catch yesterday's stream, not in there, over here. Ready for it? You ready? You ready? You ready for it? You ready? Ah, ha. Dun 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 dun. We got our Oxbow merger. This is the merger ever since it came out in 22. It was actually out for a while before I even tried it in 22, but then once I saw it and how it worked, and saw the width of it, the working width, I was like, yes, that's what we need. So we've got it now. Got it in 25. Let me see if I can find the FERT guy. I've got him right there. There he is. Need to get the some of our fields fertilized here. We've got a lot of fields that we really need to get fertilized because all we got to do is plow them after that. But we got to fertilize them before we plow them, so we need to get on that. And then we've got the alfalfa and clover fields over here that we need to do right away, because those should be ready to cut in April. It should not take too long. I need to actually go down south. I've got another FERT thing down there. Need to get it rolling. This is the tractor that I need. I don't have any others down there, so let me... I guess I can take... I'll take this wrapper down there. I've actually got some bell wrap down there in the shed down there. Good morning. How's it going? Flying Red's farm. Flying Red's farm? Yep. How's it going? Alright. Close your eyes if you're afraid of heights. Just pay no attention. I'm like a bird. I gotta fly away. Whoop. Shortcut. Again, really need to put a road in when we own this land. Right now it's just the prairie land, so... I note that a lot of people call it common ground. I think even John and the guys over there call it the common ground over there. I don't know, that just sounds very... I don't know, it sounds off to me. The common ground. I like the plains lands. Plains plots. The Northwest Plains plot, and the Northeast Plains plot of land, the Southwest Plains plot of land, and the Southeast Plains plot of land. If you really want to get technical, all they call it is in here is farmland 129, farmland 128, and then whatever the numbers are down here, I don't know. looks like one of our guys is done. I need to move him. Get across the covered bridge here. It's the bridges of Madison County. Or, well, a bridge of Madison County. There you go. Wasn't that the name of the map that we liked in 19? Farms of Madison County? I think so. And you know what? I'm going to put this in the thing. Got the mower in here. Won't hurt to put the bale wrapper in here. Yay, my AC's kicking on. Woohoo! Alright. And I think the first thing is over here. I'll go ahead and fertilize these fields while I'm down here. Assuming I've got enough dirt down here, I think I do. I might have enough dirt. I don't know. We'll go ahead and start him on this one. Alright, let me go to the hoeing people up here. One of them's done. It's this one. Just gotta move them over. Alright, and the other one is about done. Maybe it is done? Nope, not done. I'm guessing it's probably got a pass back here that it's got to hit. That's the thing with some of these contracts, they don't show you like any weeds or anything. So if you did this manually, I don't know how you would do this manually. You'd have to kind of keep up with where you're at, I guess. I'm gonna let that run because it says it's not done yet, so go and collect the money on that. And then all we gotta do is move him north. He knows where he's going, apparently. Yep. Just about done. What are we at, 98? 99? Cool beans. Done. So now we gotta go up here. Somewheres. Literally just right across the way there. Don't even have to fold up. Unless I get into a tight spot. Here's a ditch. Great. Guys, fertilizing slowly. Oh, I've got him set to need to turn his cruise up a little bit, don't I? Had that set to bale wrapping speed. He's rolling now. So we can go collect that one. There's a little bit more money for us. Oh, there's a save. And actually, we could probably pay back a little more on that loan. Get it down to 100 grand. Before we, you know, get to advancing on too far. And the other fert rig up here. Oh, there it is, right there. think our 2 grass fields up there are ready to go. Probably gonna plant another field in grass back that way. There's one across the road there. May put that one in grass too. We tend to run short on grass up here. Okay. Alright, got my field roller back here. Got the MacDon back here. Oh, I had another one pop up. Where? Ooh, 45. That's a good one. We'll do that one. They're still popping. I'm gonna keep hitting the button. Let's see. There's actually some decent bale wrapping ones. That's back up north where we were. That's down there where we are. Tell you what, I'll take both of those out. Those are some pretty decent bale wrapping ones. Let's see. Hoeing. That's just north of the big one I think that we took out. Yeah. I may take that one. It's 14 grand. I've been really shooting for higher than that on the payout, but it's just up the road a ways. Got some decent weeding ones. I may have to go grab the 9R. Yeah, these are too good to pass up. 22 grand, 23 grand, 23 grand. You gotta do those. That one's way down south, but I can grab the 9R. Did I not hit the button? Am I maxed out? Can you max out on these? I might have the maximum number of contracts that I can do right now. Let me go find the 9R and get started. Oh, there it is. Right where I need it. Because there is the weeder. Alright. We got the weeder. Where are we going? How many are out right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I thought we could take more than that. Well, now it's letting me do it. Wonder why it wouldn't let me do it just a second ago. There's one for 16 grand. That's not too bad. I'll take that one too. Let me take the contracts now. I don't know what was stopping it a while ago though. Alright, let's see. I was going to look where we were going. Weeding. Let's see. We're going down south there. Kind of down south there. We can hit that one and the one over there. These are over behind the brewery. And then we got that one. Alright, I kind of know where I'm going now. Need to change that. Cruise up. Look at the list of contracts over there on the right. Good morning, Yuleberry. Good morning, CM Gaming. Good morning, Big Al. How's it going? You gonna try to cut a gravel pit out on this map? Oh boy. I want to put in a river crossing. Good morning, Big Mart. How's it going? Yeah, I want to put in a river crossing down in the southeast area, but we don't own that area yet, so we'll have to wait on that. Is this my field? Yes, it is. Got my cultivator down here somewhere. I got equipment everywhere. It's spread out all across the map. I seeded the grass. This is our new grass field over here. Rolled them. This hoe is working the contract there. Got another one down there. Need to move this guy over. Assuming he's getting it all. Yep, fully fertilized, fully fertilized, fully fertilized, fully fertilized. Just got to finish up the alfalfa and then hit the clover up here. Oh, this guy got done. There's one of our wrapping contracts over there. I think I'm gonna start down here in the southwest side down here. Gonna have to go get some more fert here in a bit. Starting to run a little low. There was a save. Clear out all these trees over here when we get this plains area. Make another field over here. bring this guy back. I don't even know where this is at. Where's this at? Oh, this is up north. Okay, we're not too far away from the farm over here. Like I got a few lines of clover over here to pick up still. Yeah, 2 or 3. We'll get those in the next go around, I guess. Yep, looking forward to the new map coming out with the expansion. What did they call it? I can't pronounce the name of it. It starts with a K. It's in the Scotland Highlands. King's Guild or something like that. I know FarmCon is trying to fight back the yawns, guys. Sorry, I haven't had my coffee yet. I know the FarmCon is still going on today. Don't know that they'll be really announcing a whole lot, but it's still going on. Everybody seems to be still rolling. So we've got the weeding contract, we've got this hoeing contract and the other hoeing contract. We've got the bale wrapping contracts to do. We'll get to those. Those usually don't take too long to do. What's in the expansion? So they're bringing in fish. You'll be able to do fish, farming fish, and then you can also go fishing. It's actually kind of intriguing. I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to work, but yeah, but the new map is Scotland, the Scotland Highlands. We're going to get the Highland cows, you know, the real furry cows. Going to get them. I would imagine we get some type of, well, actually we do get a new crop. I forgot about onions. So we're getting onions in the game. I guess they'll be a little different from the greenhouse onions. They look more like the, you know, type of onions you buy at the grocery store, kind of. They're the bigger, I guess they're the bigger onions. Don't we have onions in the greenhouse now? I think we do. Yeah. We got onions, we got garlic, we got all that stuff. So these are probably like your mass production cell type onions. New equipment is coming. The third DLC is rumored to be Mercedes, but that is not confirmed yet. It is rumor though. So we might get more. We got one mod that somebody did, and they allowed. I'm surprised that they allowed Mercedes in the mod hub, in the at least the PC side, but they did. So that might be a what do you call it? A foreshadowing of what's coming, maybe. That they allowed that. I will say the map looks really cool. It's got a steam engine train, and to me, it's like, you know, the opening scenes of Harry Potter, where they show like the train going through the countryside. That's exactly what the map looks like. Even the buildings in the town are like the, what is the alley called in Harry Potter where they go shopping? Good morning, Crazy. How's it going? Let's see, where are we going next? Doing that one. Got the big one up there. He's doing that one. So one guy needs to go to the far west. I guess I'll take... Well, we've only got 4 contracts, so... Whoever gets done first gets to go to the big one. This is field 47. So yeah, I think this guy will be done first. So this guy gets to go to the big one. And then the other guy, I think I'll take him over there to the northwest side of things. Once he gets done. Let me move this guy. He's done fertilizing down here, I guess. Move him on over. Out of that one, yep. Okay, I'm out of the chocolate shake thing. So that means it's time. Stuff, good stuff. I'm very happy I did not get called out last night. There's a chance I might have to work another day, July 19th, that I might have to work that night. So, yep, Dr. Pepper. Not sun-kissed. No. Not sun-kissed. No, really, if I'm going to drink an orange soda, I'm going to shoot for a crush, but I haven't seen my crushes around anywhere. And even the sun-kissed have gotten rare. You would think that, you know, with the summertime, you know, they would like be in mass production or something like that, but they've cut back on them. There's been plenty of Dr. Pepper. Called out for what? What do you do for work? I work in the medical field. I work in a hopsicle. Yeah, I take call. It rotates. How many people are on call? So like every weekend, I'm usually on call. Like every fifth or sixth weekend. But with people taking off, you know, during the summertime and everything, I'm picking up a couple more. And somebody's taking off, but I'm talking to another girl that had to check on what she's doing. She might end up working it, so I might not have to work the night of the weekend of the 19th. It would be that Saturday night. So if she is not doing anything, she said that she would work it. I usually tend to let the youngins work it. Mainly because, you know, they want to make the extra money and work more while they're young and, you know, willing to do it. So I think that guy got done over there, so let me move him over. Can I cut through the woods? Oh, there's a pond right there. Can't cut through the pond. Wonder if there's anything out there. Like a little island over there. You know what? I just gotta go. I gotta do it. Oh, there's nothing over here. Bummer. This would be a great place to hide a collectible, though. So, Mr. DJ, with your update, if you want to put collectibles in, I found a great spot for collectibles right here, this island. Actually, this would be a great spot to build, if it's big enough. Build like the little silo farmhouse out here on this little island in this pond. That'd be great. Whee! Splash. No, I work in radiology. Not a nurse. I was gonna say I can't cut across this field because I don't own it, but you know what? I do own it now. So I can cut across this field. Wonder if the Church of Chicken is in session this morning over here. Yeah, there's some out here. It's still a wee bit early. Oh, yeah, this one's praying. This is how they pray. Usually there's more than one. I don't see any others right now, though. I'll leave him to pray. I haven't checked to see if the goat's still there. There's a goat down there in that field south of the farmer's market. And for some reason, he was just sitting there spinning around in circles. I'm going to have to try to remember to make a Twitch tickler out of that. Add that to the playlist. I have to go back and find it. Yeah, he's just out there spinning around in circles for some reason. I don't know why. Alright, looks like the other hoe is done. This guy's gonna be here in a minute. There he is. So where is he going now? There's really only 2 other contracts, but it looks like some more have popped up. Let me hit the button. Yeah, there's one. Actually, this is just right. I mean, I don't have to go anywhere. It's right across from me here. Literally just have to start the engine and go right over here. How is that? Alright, we're at the next job. Is there anything else near me? That one's up north of the grass fields. That one is way down south, south of the river. Oh, there's a save. That one is actually down south, kinda. It's down under the ramp. And then these are not really that big as far as payouts go. I guess I could go do that one. That one's... Don't think I want to drive all the way down there to do one, but... Go do that one. Alright, so they're rolling. Where's the weeder? He's still going. He's getting there. He's almost done. Find my FERT thing again. Get him rolling. So these should be in the first stage of fertilization. Yep. First stage is there, good to go. Got a wrapping contract there. Oh yeah, I forgot about this field. I've got all these fields. I'll do like a clockwise loop. So I'm doing that right now. I'll do that one, and that one, and that one, and that one, then that one, and then that one, and then that one, and we might buy that one. Well, I can say we're probably going to go ahead and buy it. Probably need to go ahead and get these, just in case they decide to disappear, but I was kind of holding off until the next month to see what else comes available, because I can tell you right now one thing, there's some decent sized fields out there. So like 6 down here, if they put that in beans or even corn, or this field up here, if they put that in beans or corn, really would rather probably have those fields. And then these up here, if they do anything like that, because we own that one. And when we buy this plot right there, then we can plow all that together. The long-term goal to do all that. Kind of curious if that goat's still out there. This is a weeding contract here. We'll just go over here and see if he's still out here. No, there are some chickens out here though. They're not preying. I think they're just hanging out. And I don't see the goat. So either the goat got abducted after we left him out here, or something happened. I don't know. Blue 42. Blue 42. Wait. Oh, look. There's a guy. Hi, guy. Is this like a game you can play? No. I think you pick them up and throw them around the things. Wonder if I can... Can I pick these things up? No, I think they're made to the ground. Yeah, they're there. Can't pick any of this stuff up. I guess all of this is made to the ground out here. Yep, 2 cotton fields. That one and this bigger one down here. That one's more expensive. This one wouldn't be too bad. It's only 500 and something, but this one I think has got way more with it. 1.3. Yo, AC Gaming, how's it going? Doctor, how's it going? think this is that field. Yeah, this is that field. I'll probably have to come back and do this little end down here. Yeah, so he'll go from there. Where you going, bro? Man. What are you doing? Why are you fertilizing way over here? Guess he had to get the corner, maybe? The worker changed here, didn't it? Or no, that's still the same one, isn't it? Yeah, so it had to get... It did pick up on that corner there. But I'll have to come back and hit that. Hey, look. She fertilized some of our field. We actually got to fertilize that one anyway. That's ours. Tomcat, good morning. So the weeder is going to be finished first. I need to move him soonish. He's just about done out here. The slow weeding process. But you have to use a weeder. You can't use like herbicide or anything. %. How much do I owe the bank right now? We just paid back a little bit more. I think it's 100. Yeah, 100,000. We only owe the bank 100,000, but we're probably, I don't know, we might pay that back and then go to April, get that paid back so we don't have to pay any interest when we sleep. But I'll be honest with you, when we get to April, because we're not going to make a ton of money on these contracts. We'll make a little bit, but we're not going to be rich off of them. We're probably going to take out a big chunk of that to buy some of these fields. I'm just kind of waiting to see what they're going to plant in April, because April is a big month. April is soybean month. April is corn month. There's a lot that they plant in April. I'm just kind of holding off to wait and see what they plant. Because you never know. I mean, you look at the map here. You've got a lot of fields out there that are possible to be some big things. So, I mean, they could put soybeans in this field. That would be a nice one. They could do beans in that field. That'd be a nice one. Or corn. You know, any of these fields really would be nice. So, I'm just kind of holding off. Even that one. That would be a big one. That's a decent sized field down there. Seen a lot of the clover fields go in, and we still have yet to have a cultivating contract on this field. So I'm kind of just holding off on buying that one. We've got plenty of clover right now. He's almost got it. 96. 96%. Where am I going next? Not there. Not there. There. That is just down the road. We're doing that one. Oh, got some completed hose right there. How much did that get us up to? Yeah, not too much. Not enough to pay back that 100,000 yet. Oh, say done. 99. Tell me I'm done. Tell me you're the only one. Tell me I can move along and pull these weeds out of another field. Tell me I'm done. He's got one little smidge to hit. Seeing a lot of neighbors coming back. I'm guessing they're coming home. They're bringing their boats and stuff back. So, I guess a lot of them went out of town for the 4th of July. Went to the lake or the river or something. Am I done? I think I'm done. He don't think he's done, but he's done. Alright, we'll fold that up. Collect that. And then the hoeing contracts, one is about done. The other one's got a little ways to go. This is that one up there. This one's got a little ways to go. That's a big one. 45 grand for that one. So I'll move the one over there up north there when he gets done. And I guess I'll take this guy and move him down there. No new contracts. Oh, well, there's one that popped up. Another bell wrapping one. Not a great one. And that one's way down there, though. That's why I want to build a kind of north of this field that's flashing with the red circle there. I want to build a river crossing somewhere in there. The riverboat restaurant's over there. So somewhere maybe east of the riverboat, down or upstream, I guess, maybe. Yep, gotta go back and hit that. Wish it would stay on the thing. I can leave it on. Get it. See what? I'll hit this field real quick. Whoop, there's a save. And I guess I can go grab one of these plows out here. Move this guy over here. With the birds, you can hear the birds in the game, but the birds in the game are, it's like they're in competition with the birds outside my window here. I don't know if you guys can hear the birds outside the window, but I hear the birds in my earpiece here, and I know they're in the game. But in my other ear, which is facing the window, I can hear the other birds outside here, IRL. So it's kind of like Farming Simulator in stereo, or Dolby Digital or something. It's very very strange, because the birds in the game will be like, you know, tweet, 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 and then the birds here will be like tweet, 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 and it's like, okay. Think they can hear the other birds? Wouldn't that be weird? Like they're communicating with the birds, but they don't know the birds are not real. They're part of a game. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Possibility, I guess. Riding along in my automobile. I got to go up and plow a field. I'm actually gonna pull over on the side here, because as soon as I hurry him out here, he'll get in the way of the fertilizer guy, and I don't want that. So. Wait, is that the hoe down there? Yep. Alright, where was I taking this one? Down south, right? Let's see, where did the fert guy go? But he's way over yonder. Does that mean I have one I can collect? Yay, there's one. Not a big payout, but you know, it's there. So I'm taking this guy down here. Do you think they will ever add turkey barns? I think it's a very good possibility. I think there's room. They are adding fish. They're adding what? What was it? Salmon and trout. That's coming to the expansion in November. So they're adding fish in. So it won't be this year, but in the future, I think they will definitely probably add, because turkey farming here in America is a pretty big thing. We have chickens in the game. You know, you think of all the animals that we have. They added goats, we have sheep, we have pigs, we have horses, we have cows, and then the chickens, and then if you want to separate like the buffalo cows, and then the Highland cows, you know, we're getting the Highland cows in November as well, along with the fish. So yeah, I think there's definitely room for turkeys at some point in the future. It's buffalo cows. So I don't know. Is there anywhere I can go and show a picture of them in here? Not buffalo as we know it here in America. You know, it's not like bison. Although bison would be a nice one. That'd be pretty cool. Have some bison. But now they have these buffalo cows. You can definitely tell the difference between them and the. Can you go? Can you go in the menu and look for them? I'll do it when I get down here and hire this guy out. I'm not far from my destination. But yeah, you can make buffalo milk and mozzarella cheese. So that would not be a bad idea to, you know, we have multiple farms. Separate the cows. So do like the Holstein style cows, do the buffalo cows, eventually do maybe some Highland cows. Just do them all separate. Let them have their own farm, you know. And then we can do the productions of, you know, the different milks and stuff. Keep waiting to see what the update's going to entail, but still no word on the update. I wouldn't think that, I mean, it'd be nice if there was an update, but I'm not surprised that there's not, because it was the July 4th weekend here in America. So he probably took the July 4th weekend off. Seems to be good to go. So if you go into, where can we go to look at those? Can't really see pictures of them here. Unless you were gonna buy some. Wonder if I can go. We don't own that one. We own the one up north. Go there. Now where is the button? That one. Ah, there it is. So yeah, here you go. So you've got your brown Swiss cows. You got your adult cows, and they go down there. We have the, you know, the juvenile cows, or the youth cows, whatever we call them. So that's the brown Swiss. The Holstein, yeah. Holstein is probably the more traditional style of cow. You have the Angus. You got to make those Angus dogs and patties. You've got the Limousin. It's kind of a brown cow. And then you got the water buffalo. So it's water buffalo, I guess would be their technical name. So that's what, these are the cows that we have in the game right now. Water buffalo, Limousin. I'm going to call it Limousine, okay? Limousine, Angus, the Holstein, which is your traditional dairy cow, and then the brown cow, the brown Swiss. So those are the cows in the game. They are adding the Highland cow, which really the Highland cow kind of looks like that one, but imagine like the Snuffleupagus version. Okay, it's much hairier, like long hair all over. So yeah, imagine a brown cow, but the Snuffleupagus version. That's the Highland cow basically. Google Highland cow, Scotland Highland cow, and you'll see pictures of them. And come April, I need to come in and mow these paddocks, because when you mow in here, this turns into droppable grass that will drop. And this is a pretty big paddock here. Oh, I hear the bees. I see the bees. They're flying all around over there. I guess he's done. We'll move him up north. And get going on the clover up there. Got a few bison farms there, yeah. There's a market for it. They're kind of making a comeback. I know a lot of people, the bison jerky has become popular. Ah, we got a turn. Looks like the weeder is gonna get done first before the hose do. Yep, he's getting there. Need to get this plow going probably down south. What am I looking for? Ah, this guy. You know what? Before I get started again, I'm gonna run up north and grab some fur. So we're down in the southwest corner of the map. I still think this over here would make a great road. Just for the far west side. Have a road run up right here. It would be a steep road, but I still think it would make a great road. It's already clear. Get a tractor with a little more horsepower to go up it. But yeah, I think this will make a great road. clear out some of these trees over here. Paint this tractor for too long. It really needs it. Is there really a sign out here? There's a sign out here. I was gonna say we could merge all this together, but there's signs out in some of the middle of these fields. So maybe extend this road all the way down to go down the hill right there. Can't really plow it together if there's signs out here though. Some of them we can. This one has a bridge that comes straight down this way though. I wanna see a magic trick. I'm gonna make my tractor pop a wheelie. Whee! Oh, that was very anticlimactic. Maybe on the other side here. Nope. That was very... A lot of the other tractors I'll come across there, I'll pop a wheelie. Not that one. Wait, what? Being Down Under. Thank you for the raid with 159 viewers. Wow. And good morning here in America. Wow, that's great. Good morning. How's it going? Good morning, Being Down Under. Thank you for the raid. Do appreciate it. I'm over to check on Judith Plains. Yep, we're working it. Wow, 268 viewers. I don't know that I've ever had that many. That's great. Thank you. Do appreciate it. We've got everything here in Judith Plains. We got a Wendy's. We've got a Tractor Supply over yonder there. We've got a Tim Hortons here. We've got an Applebee's. There's a McDonald's. There's a Subway. We've got a Dollar General. Of course, it wouldn't be America if we didn't have a Dollar General around every corner. But, yeah. Yeah, McDonald's too there. I want to grab some of these pellets of fur over here that I left. And then head down to Tractor Supply and get some more. Yeah, we got Jack Daniels and Yingling beer, and we can do pizza, we can do pasta, we can do corn oil, corn flour. Got the dried corn in it. We can do soy milk, we can do all kinds of stuff. A fantastic map. 4X map. Very, very detailed. Here at Tractor Supply and get some more fruit. Alright. And then we make the journey back. Yeah, a lot of detail. We'll do a quick fly around. Yeah, I got the dairy here. Got Del Taco, Tractor Supply. Got Wendy's there. Of course, the Tim Hortons and the Applebee's here on the corner. A lot of specific things. Got a Casey's gas station. Fly down south. Here's the brewery down here. We've got the Yingling beer. We've got the Jack Daniels whiskey factory. Head on down to the southern town. So there's two towns. There's a town in the north and a town down south. The town down south has the McDonald's. The older traditional style McDonald's that I really prefer rather than the new ones. We've got Subway, so we can get a foot long if we want. Got the ethanol plant over here we can take our corn to. And then there's tons of stuff. There's like little details around every corner. And there's our Dollar General. So yeah, tons of stuff on this map. It's really big, 4X. Most of it is flat. I will say most of it is flat-ish. You have this valley kind of down here, and then it goes up to the top part here to another kind of flattish big field area. So yeah. Yep, this one is by DJ Modding. And give me just a second, I'll post that link. Here's the link to the map. Again, it's a PC only map. It's 4X map. It's a highly detailed map. I recommend if you do play it, kind of fly around it first, just to get your shaders loaded in. He's actually working on his next map. The name has not been released for it yet, but it does have a code name. What did I say? Borderland Harvest? So it looks like it's going to be kind of a hilly, valley, maybe rivery kind of map. But we've liked everything that DJ's done so far. He did Green Valley, Nebraska back in Farming Simulator 22, and then he did Judith Plains here in 25. He did a bunch back before then too. Back in 19, he did Deer Country, for those of you that played 19. He made Deer Country, he did somewhere in Canada, he did Red River Valley, he did the Upper Mississippi River Valley. He actually went back and did a remake of that one, so he's pretty good. He's one of my favorites. It's done more of the detailed, realistic kind of style maps for at least North America. And it looks like one of the rotary hose is done. I'll have to get back up to him in a minute. We're taking this down to one of our fields down south. Trying to get our fields fertilized because it's getting close to April, and April will be planting time for corn and soybeans and all that. Yes, it is a great place for the Plains and Prairie equipment. Matter of fact, we've still got the Ford tractor, and I think we've got the Brandt auger wagon, the grain cart. From that pack. We've got the planter too. We've got the Tempo K. Let's see, where does this field start? I'm gonna go down the hill down here. I'm taking the roads less traveled approach. Actually, there's no roads where I'm going down at, so I'm just gonna kind of slide down the hill here. There you go. Across this ditch here. Where we're going, we don't need roads. That little stutter there is the autosave, the mod that I put in. Alright, get that rolling. So yeah, we've got, or down here, we got the Tempo K parked down here in the shed still, I think. Are the sale prices working a lot better? Yeah, I mean, it just depends on the time of year, but they seem to be working pretty good. Yeah, there's the Tempo K that we bought. And we use the in-game Hardy front tank. Normally this goes on a sprayer for like spraying fertilizer or herbicide, but it does work on a planter that has seed and liquid fert tank on it, so you can expand the capacity for the liquid fert. So we'll get a tractor with a 3-point on the front and hook this up, and then we'll have expanded liquid fert capacities. So and then every farm, I think there's 6 farms on this map. It's big enough. Every farm has a corn dryer. Put your propane in right there. Oh yeah, this one also has anhydrous. So we go back up here. Go to tractor supply. Is that tractor supply? pretty close. So here's the propane where you can get your propane at Tractor Supply. But if you go back here, you can get your anhydrous. So yeah, this map you can use the anhydrous ammonia, and then you can buy your seed and liquid fert in there, and your herbicide and stuff. Looking forward to getting into that. All right, where this guy finished up here? Let me move him over to another field. Got our clover planted up here. So you have alfalfa and clover on this map too. Kind of an all-in-one map. You have the alfalfa and the clover. You have the dried corn that you can do. You have the propane. You have the anhydrous. You have tons of production. Man, there's so much production. I'm pretty sure I didn't even cover it all. Go to the ones that we own. It does show you your corn dryers. It'll show you your fermenting silos. So you can do the alfalfa, the clover, the corn silage, and the haylage in these. We own the soy milk production right now, so you need just soybeans and water for that. But if you go to the ones you don't own, so there's the pizza. You know, there's a lot more to make the pizza here. You can do that, or you can do the one, I think that one adds the mushrooms. Yeah. So there's that. Let's see. And then it's got a lot of the in-game ones too. So you've got like the biogas. You get the canning factory. Don't think there's anything custom in there. No, all that's pretty much base game. You got the carpentry, you got the cement factory. You can make wine here, so you have the grape processing facility that does the grape juice, the raisins. It also can make wine. You have the flour mill, which adds the corn flour. A lot of stuff to do with corn on this map. If you like corn, tons of stuff to do with corn on this map. You can make corn flour. You can do the whiskey, which takes corn, it takes dried corn, it takes barley, and it takes water. The bakery, you can actually go in and make pasta at the bakery. The oil mill, you can make corn oil. So again, tons to do with corn on the map. Got the ethanol plant there. That takes sorghum, that takes dry corn, propane, and just corn. Got the sawmill there, and then you got the spinnery, tailor shop, and then there's the Yingling factory. That's where you can make the beer. All you need for that is barley and water. So I think we're gonna dive into that one really, really, really soon. So yeah, tons of production. I think there's 9 custom productions on this map. This guy's still rolling. It must be the other. It's the weeder guy. So I gotta move him. Yeah, there's a red farm up north. There's a blue farm up north. There's kind of a John Deere green farm over to the east side. There's a brown farm immediately like in the center down south. And there's one farm with a black roof on it down in the southwest area there. And then there's one more farm down this road here. And I'm really thinking about buying this one maybe next. Just because of the view that it's got. It's got a nice view. Where can you find the dehydrate tank on the map? Most dehydrate. Most likely if you need to find something, it's probably at the farmer, or not the farmer, the tractor supply. Tractor supply is where you can get just about everything. Get your anhydrous there. You can get your propane there. You can get all of that. There is a biogas plant right here. It's just south of the red farm. So there's the red farm. It's technically Big Sky Acres is what it's called. So this is the red farm, and then the biogas is right behind it there. Huge map. Haven't even really showed off the PDA of it. Huge map. Ton of fields, and these are, when you look at the fields on the map, it really doesn't do it justice because these are some really big fields. This field right here, we bought that one. That's the biggest one on the map. That's 135 acres. So, yeah, really decent size fields. And then if you buy the plains area in between, you can merge a lot of these together. So, okay, but this is the other farm. Take a look at that view. Kind of blurry because it's way out there. That gives you an idea of like how big it is. I don't know if you can see it better going and driving by it. Got a contract up here I got to do, some wrapping, some bales up here. So yeah, you can see our other farm over there, our other farm over there. You can just kind of see way out there, all through that valley. I think this is the field I'm going to right here. I wish console could do 4X maps too. I think it'll come one day. Maybe with the next gen console, maybe they'll be optimized enough to run them. Alright, got that weeder going. Gotta find my other hoe. Actually, you know what? I need to get this plow going. Right. Got the other plow need to move. Where is is this him? Yeah, this is him. Okay. Let's see, what other contracts are there right now that I need to move to? Got a couple completed here. Let's see. He's still doing the big field up there. I'm just gonna move him up north. So technically, I don't really have to move this one anywhere. Oh, save. No, I don't own all the farms yet. We still don't own the Copper's farm, which is the John Deere Green Roof farm, and then we don't own this other farm up at the top of the hill that I just showed. I don't remember the name of it. So we do own Big Sky Acres. That's the red farm. We do own Snowcap Hollow Farm. That's the blue farm. Copper's Creek Farm Homestead. That's the John Deere Green Roof farm. Bison Ridge Farm. That's the brown farm. We do own that one. Timber and Sage Ranch. That's the black roof farm. We do own that one. And then the other one is Wild Prairie Ranch. That's, I think, the next one we might get. I think it's the next one in line as far as the money is concerned too. It's cheaper than the other one. All right, I'm just gonna leave that right there. Need to move this guy. And the one thing about this map is there's like you could call it common land, common ground. You could call it, I like to call it just plains. Um, when you go in and look at the map, go to farmland over here. So there's all your fields, right? But if you look, take a closer look, you'll see some areas that have higher numbers. I mean, I think there's 122 already pre-made fields, like arable fields. But you do have a lot of extra, like open lots. They're just like prairie grass and stuff. But you can buy the in-betweens. They're a little more expensive, but you get a lot of like the ditches, a lot more like open kind of prairie areas, a lot of the tree areas. This one comes with this big stretch over here on the west side of the map. Oh yeah, the train. Wonder if I can get down there and catch that, so we can look at that real quick. We'll go over here. So he did put in. This is a prefab train. It was made by, I can't remember. What was the guy's name? It started with a B. I have trouble with names sometimes. BC Bueller Farms or something like that? I'd have to go back and look. Train is coming. This was a prefab. He actually had done a mock-up of a BNSF train for the in-game train, but he had this prefab, and a lot of people recommended it to him. Should be coming by any moment. Gives you an idea how big the map is. The train's like on a straight route here. Here it comes. So yeah, there's the train. A very long train, and you can sell on the train. So if you wanted to sell your grain somewhere, I think it holds 900,000 liters, maybe. It's close to 1 million. And the great part about it is like you have the track here, right? So it makes a loop out here around your field, and then it comes back in and it merges on the track here, and then it continues on its way. So you've got like a switch track down here that takes it around the loop. And then it comes through the sell point loading over there where you can load up. It will merge here and keep on going. It'll switch back on the main track there and go down across the creek there, and eventually across the river down into the southernmost town down there. Fantastic map. It's got a 5-star rating from me. This guy, I think he's done. Yep, he's done there. That's a good payout right there. That one was worth 45 grand. So now I need to take him up north here. So he put in the water styles like from Silver Run, so you can actually see the flowing creek down here through the rocks. And then it actually goes down. Got a couple waterfalls down here. Here's one of the open lots, kind of a open grass area. You could come in and mow the prairie grass here. Or you could plow it up, and if you own the land in between, you can merge the fields together. So here is the first waterfall. There you go. Isn't that cool? Kind of nice to have the extra added detail to the map. So there's a couple of these waterfalls. I think there's like this one, and then another one right over there, and then I think there's one further east of here. It's one of those maps that if you have a computer that can run it, because keep in mind it is a detailed 4X map, but if your computer will run it, you just got to get it just to take a look at it. You got to get it to go explore it. I haven't even... We've been playing this, gosh, since it released. When did it release? Been maybe about a month, maybe a little over a month. I still have not gone everywhere yet. There are places that I just have not gotten to yet. Wait, is this the field? I do believe so. And you know what? I think we can pay our loan off. Wait, that didn't load up. Maybe this isn't the field. I may not be in the right place. Nope, it's the field north of here. So I gotta go up here. Forgot the raid. I'm guessing that's probably something for his channel. Yeah, I have to go and drop him a like. Let's go pay our loan off. One thing we were kind of shooting for. $0. We're out of debt. Feels good to be out of debt. Yeah, you can buy the land that the BGA sits on without buying the production itself. That's another thing that I like about his maps. And, you know, I like it when other people do it too. You can buy all the land on the map. Like, there's no restriction. Some maps, especially from Giants, they have areas that you can't buy. Like a lot of the town areas, a lot of the common grounds areas that you can't buy. And I don't like that. I like to be able to mow grass where there's grass. Alright, got him rolling. Need to move this guy. I guess he got finished. So everything down south so far that we've hit should be in the first stage at FERT. Yep, everything that we've done so far. So we've got all these done. Got to do that field and that field and that field. So yeah, everybody from the raid, make sure you hit the follow button there so you'll know. Usually we go live on the Saturday and Sunday mornings about 7 a.m. to about noon. And got the YouTube as well. Do a lot of exclusive videos. These videos here will go up over there, and then the YouTube only videos will go up on over there, youtube.com/thegreenarcade. So make sure you follow here and subscribe over there. You'll see a lot of like kind of let's play style videos over there on YouTube. Normally they're only about 30 minutes long or so. But there's a lot of stuff that we do in those videos that sometimes we don't do live. He's plowing. Guess I could take this guy down south. Where is he at right now? He is down south. Oh, I guess I did a plowing contract on that field, so I'm gonna take him actually just right up here. Bought the BGA land and added a small TMA maker. Nice. I was gonna say you buy that land. Of course, the rail. I think the rails, where the rails are there, where the train rails are, I think that's part of the plains land. So I think there's actually some in between the BGA and your field that you own there. I'm gonna look at it real quick just to be sure. I like to call this the Pac-Man field. So if you click on the rail, actually, let me switch over to farmland there. So yeah, there is an in-between there. So you can own just the biogas land, and then the land in between that in the field are separate. So you have to own this common ground / prairie land, that one right there, in order to be able to do anything with that. Actually, you know what? Those are separate. That's part of the northeast one. Yeah, that's part of the northeast section. So the field is... the border of this field is literally split. So one side of the field, outside the field, is part of the northwest plains. And then the other side of the field, click on it there, it's part of the northeast plains. And that one's 4.8 million. So 4.4 million for the northwest plains, and then 4.8 million for the northeast plains. And then they get, you want to buy the river plains, get ready, buckle up, because that's 8.6 million. You're going to have to, one thing about this map, you're going to have to work for it. You're definitely going to have to save your monies. And we have a hard time doing that. We like to buy stuff. Typically, we like to wait until stuff goes on sale, but luckily right now there's not anything that we really need. So, alright, got that guy plowing, got the grass all seeded up here. Got everything rolled. This guy's waiting. We bought, this was on sale, this was almost 50% off. It's a $850,000 cotton picker. It was on sale for like 400 something. So I was like, man, we got to get it. Bought the sprayer. It was on sale, but the spray part was not. So we might buy that even if it's not on sale when we get to that point. Bought the extra truck. That does come in handy. Got the John Deere forage harvester there. We did add the mod in where you can use the merger on the MacDon for... it has to be a made grass field, and then the alfalfa and the clover. Plus you get a, what is it, 20% bonus? I think you get a 20% bonus on the grass from the mod using the merger. So anything that's pre-made like grass, alfalfa, or clover, we will definitely be using the MacDon merger. Now, if you use this on crops, you can use this on crops too. You get a 20, almost 25% yield bonus on it, but we haven't typically been using it on the crops. All right, got that one done. Still got some alfalfa, or not alfalfa, clover down here. I might come and get that. Yeah, haven't decided yet. Yeah, I may go ahead and get it. Just throw it in one of the silos down there. So we have this field. I'm gonna go ahead and fertilize it, and then we'll plow it up. Great thing about plowing is like if you plow it, you won't get weeds. What does that say? Field not ready. Field not ready for this mode. It's harvested. No, it's not already fertilized because oh, it is already fertilized. Did we hit this already? We harvested it. I may have already fertilized it and just don't remember doing it. You know what? I may have done it when I did this grass field over here. I may have ran it over and fertilized it real quick. Alright, so we're done there. Run this over here. We've got some fields over here to the west of us. Yeah, and now we have that oxbow merger. I can't wait to get in the alfalfa and clover field with that thing, and the grass field. You can basically have a 24-meter windrower using the oxbow. Railroad tricks. See, do we own any of these? Honestly, don't remember anymore. I've done so many contracts on everything. We own the field up there. Okay. We gotta go. We gotta make a right on the highway over here. There's a save. You gotta make a right on the highway. At some point, I'm gonna have to go get some more fert for this thing. It's getting on the low side. He's still rolling. Still rolling. Guess at some point in the future we could sell this setup back because we have the new deer sprayer. Or, well, we have the vehicle. We don't actually have the spray unit yet. He's still plowing. He's still plowing. I think we've cycled through everything. Yep. Alright, let me check. See if there's any more contracts that have popped up. That's the one we're doing. Actually, you know what? I'm on the active. Need to be over here. Oh yeah, there's popping up now. Ooh, a 30 grand hoeing? Yes, please. We'll do that. A lot of these I'm looking at the price, the payout for them, and then I'm looking at where they're at. Ooh, look, there's a fertilizer one. Hey, that's the one we need to fertilize too. We'll take that one. Alright, so we've got the only other cotton field on the map here right now. The big one, there's not one yet for that one. But the other cotton field that we're looking at, and it needs, I think, one stage of fert on it. Yep. So when our guy gets done up here, we'll move him down here, fertilize that, and then we might go ahead and buy that field. Be nice if some of our contracts finished before then, so we won't take as much loan out, but... Well, our weeder's almost done down there. He'll be done soon. Then our hoe will be done over there soon. Where's our other hoe? It's down south. I'm going to bring him up here and do that one. That's a big one. Tabbing through. There we go. You used to mow with the John Deere 3010. Is that the mod from EY that you used to use there? Because we had that tractor and then we traded it in for the upgrade to the 4020. That's what we're using to fertilize up there right now. Oh, IRL. Okay. Well, there's one in the mod hub there, Big Al. If you're at all interested, go under small tractors. If I can find it. Yeah, here's the 3010 right there. Is that the tractor you used? 3010? And then you can change the, you can put the canopy on it or just the ROPS. Or just have it open station like you said you used to use it as. But yeah, there's a 3010 in the game. But we traded that in for the 4020. Oh, it was a 1030. Okay. Had your numbers mixed up there. Okay. No, there's not 1030, I don't think. There's a 710. There's the 3010. I'm trying to remember now. No, I don't think there's a Not to my knowledge, there's not a 1030. Not that there's not one out there somewhere. There's mods everywhere out there. Typically, I try to stick to the mod hub if I can, the in-game one. But if there's something from somebody out there on like Itch that I know and trust, like a lot of Mr. Stevie stuff, he has his in his own Google Drive, so I know and trust Mr. Stevie. He's been doing this at least since 15, so. Do you have a mod for better contracts? We don't have a better contracts mod, but we do have two. We have Contracts Plus, which allows us to refresh the contracts, clear the contracts, and then we have Contract Boost. Now the thing with Contract Boost is it comes with a 50% bonus on the contracts. However, you can turn that off, and then it has several settings and filters that you can change in it. So if you don't want to do any, say, stone picking contracts or wood transport contracts or deadwood contracts or anything like that, you can turn those off and have just the contracts that you like to do. So if you want to do all FERC contracts, if you want to do hoeing contract, cultivating contracts, basically whatever you want to do, you can have just those on if you want to. And that is in the PC mod hub in the in-game. So yeah, basically when we go to contracts, go over to this. So you see over here where it says Katie Weeding, and then you look down further down there where it has like all the information down there. So it has lease cost, and then it has contract boost. We've got our contract boost set to 0. So we are actually seeing the in-game contract prices. That's what we're getting from the contract list. It just didn't seem right to have the contract boost put in there, so you can change that. It comes on at 0.5, which would be 50%. You can go all the way up to 5, which don't get me to line on what the percentage is on that, but it's big. It's a big reward payout if you want to turn that up. You can crank that up and just get way, way, way more money for your contracts. But to me, it just seems kind of, where do you draw the line? There's mods out there that can do, all kinds of stuff, but I had to draw the line in the sand, and I'm like, nah, I want to use the map maker's, contracts, what he has for his fields and stuff. And that might be generated by giants, based on the acreage and stuff. I don't know, but don't use the contract boost. Other than we do filter out a lot of the, stone picking and contracts that we don't really want to do. They take up, and you can change the number of contracts that you can do either per type or the total volume of contracts. And that actually appears under settings. So when you download Contract Boost, there's Lumberjack. So I think that's it right there. A lot of settings with Contract Boost, yeah. So you can do a lot of changes here. You can change your reward all the way up. It goes all the way up to 5. I think I lied. I think it comes with 1.5, so that's a 50% boost. You can change the number of contracts that you get. You can even customize them. So if you have like a contract where you want to collect the straw after you're done, you can enable that. You can, enable the grass pickup, and all that stuff from mowing contracts. Lots of customizations. You can just kind of go through here and play with it to see what you want to, what you want to do. You can enable, all the new stuff, spinach and, the vegetable stuff, carrots, all that stuff. A whole bunch of settings. A lot of this stuff, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, if you set it to, if you go down to like maximum number of contracts, So the ones that you don't want, so I didn't want any seeding contracts. So if you set it to 0, you won't see any seeding contracts. If you go down, there's a lot down here that I did. So if you do like the rock removal, wood transport, deadwood contracts, stone picking contracts, I didn't want any of that stuff. So turn it to 0, you won't see it. It'll never pop up in your list. And if we go back up to contracts, you'll see none of those are in my list. No sewing, no rock picking, no wood transport, no deadwood. Only the ones that we really wanted. Ooh, I just hit the button and something popped up. There's another hoeing contract. Where's that at? That is way down south. I don't know if I want to go that far. That's a ways down there. If it was like a huge number, I'd probably drop down there. But, yeah, I don't know. I'll wait on that one and see. We'll see how bad we're hurting. I really want to get into the next month before we take out too many contracts. Get these guys rolling here. Alright, so who's all going? We've got the new guy going, we've got the weeder going, and the other hoe is going. The other hoe is just about done. No, no, I did not want to do that. Turn that off, I don't want to waste the fuel. Here's the other hoe. How many of those do we have active? So I just hired him. He's just about done. I need to go do that FERT contract when that other guy's done. He should be done by now, though. Gotta find him. Nope, here he is. Have you got the latest version of this mod from GitHub? Latest version from Tricks on GitHub is version 1.2.0.2. Which mod are you talking about, Fuzzy? Talking about contract boost? I've got the version, whatever version's in the mod hub. That's the one I went with. Better, that's technically not the better contracts mod. That's the contract boost mod. There is a better contracts mod, but I don't have that one. I had some issues with that one, and maybe I was using the other version. Maybe it's been updated to be, you know, to have a fix in it or something. But the ones that work for me are Contract Plus and Contract Boost, and they kind of work together. Boy, that tree got struck by lightning. Look at that thing. I'll tell you what, hey, man, talking about them big old trees out here in the middle of the field, just standing up here and struck by lightning, man. Like, bend over and grab your ankles, you know. If you're gonna get hit, it's the safest orifice, you know. Talk about big old. Tell you what. Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Another thing I can't wait for, the return of King of the Hill. Technically, they're kind of continuing the previous series, so it's going to be season 14 of King of the Hill. But definitely looking forward to that. I've been watching the other seasons on Hulu, trying to go back and get kind of caught up, you know, just reminiscing. I remember watching those back in the day. Alright. We're hired out on that one. This guy finished, so that should be some money there. Got 2 of them that did. Probably the weeding one too. Yep. Alright, where am I going now? We've already got that guy on that one, so this guy's okay. There is another waiting one down south. So we need to take him down yonder. Yeah, looking forward to the new King of the Hill. The story behind it is Hank and Peggy moved to like Saudi Arabia or someplace like that to sell propane or something, and Bobby has moved to Dallas and now he's a chef. So I guess he didn't become a stand-up comedian. He became a chef. I just wonder how. I know that Johnny Hardwick, he was the voice of Dale Gribble, right? In the previous series. He recorded 6 episodes worth of dialogue for this new series. But Toby Huss, the guy that voiced Cotton and Khan, Super Nuzimpone, he's going to step in and voice Dale after the 6 episodes with Johnny Hardwick. So, we'll see. I'm sure he'll do fine. I mean, Toby Huss, he did a lot of the voices for a lot of the characters in the series, not just Cotton and Khan, but. And I didn't realize that Toby Huss was in Down Periscope. He is the electrician, radio guy on the submarine from Down Periscope. So I'll have to go back and watch that and kind of listen to his voice. I can kind of see it though. He did a lot of different kind of versions of his dialogue in that movie. So, especially when he got electrocuted. He got electrocuted a couple times. Well, I guess not really electrocuted, but shocked. Oh yeah, we lost John Redcorn too. There's a lot of actors that we lost from King of the Hill. We lost John Redcorn. We lost Dale Gribble. We lost Luann. That was voiced by Brittany Murphy. We lost her husband Lucky. That was voiced by Tom Petty. There's a lot of them that we lost, and I think the principal, Carl, I think his name was Carl in the series, lost. I think he died too. I'm pretty sure. But all the people, Bill, of course, Mike Judge did Hank and Boomhauer. Kathy Najimy, however you say her name, she's returning to voice Peggy, and the actress that voiced Bobby, she's returning to voice Bobby. But I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to go. Where am I going? I need to go the other way. Gotta turn around. Whoa. Need to turn around carefully. Yeah, Tom Petty voiced Lucky. You remember Lucky? He married Luann. He won a settlement. He slipped on the pee-pee at Walmart. That was the story. So he bought a big, flashy truck. Yeah, Tom Petty was the voice of Luann's husband, Lucky. I think they even had a baby together. So it's kind of one of those things. It's like, okay, how are they gonna do that? Are they gonna do it like they did Dale Gribble? Are they gonna have somebody else voice those characters? Or are they gonna say like, okay, they moved away? Or how do you do that? How do you replace those characters? Did the guy that voiced John Redcorn, did he record any episodes? Who's gonna take care of Nancy's migraines now? I mean, all questions that will be answered in August when the show returns. I believe it's coming August 4th, only on Hulu. I think that was originally a Fox animated series, but now it's coming to exclusively to Hulu. And I think all the previous episodes of King of the Hill are only available on Hulu now. They used to be available on iTunes, but now they are not. So if you were fortunate enough, I guess if you're on Apple, you're part of the Apple ecosystem, and you bought them on iTunes, then you probably still have them where you can watch them and download them or stream them or whatever. But if you didn't buy them when they were available, then now they're only on Hulu. So you gotta subscribe to Hulu to watch them. Dale got asphyxiated by insecticide, maybe? No, well they're not killing Dale off. That's the curious part about it. Toby Huss, the guy that voiced Cotton and Khan, he's stepping in to voice all of his roles. So, but I mean, you think about it, it probably sounds similar, to be honest. They really did kind of sound similar already. And they could always come up with like, okay, Dale's years of smoking has altered his voice, so they could do an episode where Dale goes to the doctor and after your years of smoking and years of exposure to insecticide, it has permanently affected your voice, or some gobbledygook like that or something. That's one thing with animated series. You can always kind of change it up, mix it up, without people really knowing. But we know. You know. All right, this guy got done plowing. I need to go over there and plow that field. Actually, I need to get some fuel. Run down here and get some fuel. Cotton was hilarious. Now, they did kill Cotton off. They killed Cotton off in like season 12 or 13. But you're going to have still, Dee Dee and Good Hank. Not where the tank's at. You're still going to have probably Dee Dee and Good Hank, I would say. How do you get rid of the drive lines in the fields? Basically, if you have it set up, let me finish filling up and I'll show you. So if I pull into the alfalfa field here, so you go into the AI settings, and if you're going to hire an AI, this is where you would do it. So it doesn't show the lines if you hire it. But if you go under steering, you go down here to the bottom and you see where it says show lines on and off. That's how you turn them on and off. So if I accepted that and then drove forward, see, I can see the lines. And if you need the lines, you can use them. It's not a huge deal. But if you get confident enough to where you don't really need the lines, just go right back into that same thing. Don't change any other settings. You want to keep your width. You want to keep your lines and your how many inrows you want. You can just basically just flip that back to off and hit OK. And then now I can still come in here and hit activate, and you hear it chirp. And you can see down there in the bottom right it says active. You can turn it off and on. Ready, active, ready, active. It goes green when it's active. So that basically locks in. So yeah, if you're really good and you turn around and you activate it in the direction you're going, pretty much you can kind of lock it in to the next row. No, not them lines. What lines are you talking about? How do you get rid of the drive lines in the fields? Which drive lines, which lines are you talking about? The lines where it looks like someone sprayed the field. Yeah, you mean the tram lines? If you are using precision farming, to my knowledge, you cannot get rid of the trim lines. You're talking about like if somebody runs a fertilizing sprayer or fertilizing herbicide down the field and you're using precision farming? Yeah, those are trim lines and you cannot get rid of those. That is part of precision farming. Is there a setting that you can turn them off? I haven't seen it if there is. I don't know, is it something to do with crop destruction? Can you turn crop destruction off and then it doesn't do the trim lines maybe? I don't know. Can anybody answer that one? Somebody says to just cultivate the field. As they go away in the next plant. Oh, there you go. Fuzzy's got the answer. In the precision farming window showing the field precision properties, you can enable disable tram lines for each field. So there you go. You got it. Oh, well, there you go. He says that's for PC, Fuzzy. He's on console. I don't know how you do it on console. How do you do it on console? Well, how do you get to the menu on PC? I'm sure there's probably a way to do it on console then. Probably a way to get to the that same menu. Alright, we got this field fertilized. Fully fertilized. There's currently no weeds in it. But we didn't plow this, and I don't know if they did or not. So we may wait until the next month to maybe buy this field to see if it gets weeds in it. And if it does, maybe we can run the hoe in it, or... when did they plant that, I wonder? It's in cotton, so they might have planted it in February. But they could have planted it in March, too. Now, you know what? I think they did plant it in February. Anyway, we'll still hold off on that one. We hit some of these other fields over here. As I'm planting, I don't know. That's a precision farming question and a console question. I've been on PC for a long time. Made the switch right in the middle of Farming Simulator 17. Get this one done. Yep, pretty much. So we need to move down here. Can I make it through the woods? These woods remind me of a long time ago. We had woods like this that looked just like this, and they had a Halloween attraction out in these woods. It was a little haunted house. Really, it was just about the size of a little small like shed, but it had stuff painted on it, and it was a very, very weird, very, very strange structure. Of course, I was a kid then, but basically it was a haunted house. At least that's what we were told. Hopefully that's all it was. All right. Yeah. Tornadoes make these trees so much easier to harvest. Yeah. The tornadoes, they come in and pretty much strip the trees, right? Don't they destroy your crop too, though? All that hard work, planting your beans or your corn or whatever you got there, tornado comes along and sucks it right up. And it never hits the ground. Alright, while this guy is fertilizing, I'm going to take my halfway break here. And then we will come back and hopefully have some of these contracts finished up. And maybe get into the next month. I think we're only 2 contracts away from getting into April. April's a big month. April's where they plant soybeans, where they plant corn, and that's where a whole lot more contracts pop up. Plus, we should be able to buy some fields then. So, I will be back in just a few minutes. Oh, and YouTube, you guys watching? Check out the next episode. And always remember, you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Grand Arcade. We'll see you in the next one, YouTube. Bye.